All right, welcome, folks, everyone. This Thursday night's edition of Southern Woods and Waters, and I tell you what, it feels good in here right now. Last week, I like to die out there. I was sweating everything. He had a heat cranked up, and tonight it's good and cool. Hey, I want to tell you who I have tonight. I've got some of my great friends, and they are with Menah Shrine Temple right here in Nashville, Tennessee, right off of Brick Church Pike and Trinity Lane. And hey, tonight, this comes around every year, has for the last 6 years. This is the 7th year. So we have the 7th annual John David Dudley Bass Tournament that we want to invite you and your friends to come out to, be a part of us out there at Saunders Ferry Park. At the main ramp there, at the pavilion. We'll be all up under the pavilion. And is Pete going to be there?
Pete is recovering from some hip surgery.
What?
And yeah, he had a little spill, broke his hip, so he's rehabbing. Hopefully he'll be there.
We'll wheel him out there.
We're hoping we're going to get him out there. It's not going to be the same if we don't have Pete there.
I'm going to tell you, Pete knows everybody.
He does. He does.
Pete Boswell knows everybody, and I promise you, you'll get a big laugh out of him.
Oh yeah, the whole bunch from Hendersonville, they're a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun. Buddy Helm said he's going to be there.
Buddy will be there.
Johnny Dudley said he's going to be there.
Johnny will be there.
We're going to make sure Johnny's there.
Yes, sir.
Diane might not like it if we wake him up at 2 o'clock in the morning, but we'll get him there.
Well, he was late getting there last year, so we'll get him
and
there.
The year before that, he parked the boat in the ditch.
Yeah, he had to blame it on somebody else, and he was driving the truck.
I'm telling you. Hey, we got a great show for you tonight. We're going to be talking fishing and doing. Also, a lot of people don't understand what the Menah Shrine Temple does. This is a dedicated volunteer thing that they do day in, day out over a course of a year. We've already had the paper sales, and we've already we're wrapping up the Vidalia onion sales. So you've got all of that. But ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people see these guys out there with these funny little hats, and they're out there working the crowds and trying to get you to just give $1 or give $2 or whatever you can afford. But a lot of people don't know where it goes. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to let them know a little bit more about where all that money goes. Because, of course, the one thing that comes to everybody's mind is the children's burn centers.
That's correct.
The burn hospitals is what I'm trying to say. And was there 4 major hospitals?
4 major burn hospitals and 18 orthopedic centers.
Right, 18 orthopedic. And they also take care of children with cleft palates,
right,
and things like that. And see, I've been learning over 6 years now. This is the 7th year. What all you guys do, but you guys take people with those issues. What do they have to do, Jeff? Because all they have to do is ask.
All they have to do is ask. They can call our office, or we can go from there. We can get them pretty much anymore. You can take someone that's got an issue, so if it was a burn issue, depending on the severity. If we need to put an air ambulance and take them to Cincinnati, we can do that, or whatever we need to do.
Now, Cincinnati, isn't it the main one?
Cincinnati's our main burn hospital for our area. Right. And Lexington, Kentucky is our orthopedic center. And so those are our main 2 hospitals that we work. The neat thing about the Shrine, if the parents need us, we're going to take them up there. We're going to have a place for them to stay. We're going to provide them food. We're going to take care of their immediate needs and take care of their child.
And that's a lot. I mean, I don't know if people realize, man, hospital bills aren't getting any cheaper.
No.
They're not going. Prices aren't going down. They didn't suffer through recessionary times.
Right.
Their prices kept going up.
And
it's just amazing.
This costs the parents, nothing. I mean, there's no financial responsibility to the parents whatsoever.
No.
So, these kids, we treat them up until they're 18 years old if needed. And
Dennis, you're the past potentate.
yes, sir.
And now you were potentate in what year?
2012.
That's right. And we got to do this tournament then
Yes,
too,
sir.
and
Sure
everybody had a grand time. We raised quite a bit of money. And matter of fact, the winners of the tournament that you were over, they gave their money back.
Some of them did, yes.
Yes, they gave
Sure
their
did.
money back. So, you know, you can do it either way. We appreciate it, of
We
course.
appreciate
We
it, yes.
appreciate it big time. But there is guaranteed money on this tournament, guaranteed prizes and stuff like that. But you know, if the good Lord tugs on your heart to give it
That's
to,
right.
to a
That's
worthy
right.
child, man, it's hard to ignore that
It's
kind
hard
of
to ignore.
tugging.
Sure is.
Well, I want to also say that even though you have the burn centers in Cincinnati, the orthopedics in Lexington, Kentucky, you guys, and I know Goosey and all those guys, they're the truck drivers that drive the vans.
Drive
They
the vans.
carry these kids.
They carry them to the hospitals. A lot of mornings we leave at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we'll go to Lexington or Cincinnati, and they might have a 15-minute appointment, but you know it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever they need to do, that's what we're going to do.
And this is the follow-ups and the
Right.
stuff like that. This is after they've already seen their been in the hospital and taken care of a majority of it.
Right.
These are follow-ups that Goosey and them take them
Yeah.
to. And then I already heard Goosey said if I went with him, we're gonna have to stop at Cracker Barrel.
Well, you got to stop at Cracker Barrel. And you got to.
Hugh, we have about 70 of those volunteers
Yes.
that drive our children to the hospital back and forth. And sometimes these drivers go 2-3 times a week. Sometimes we have to make St. Louis runs. Those drivers go to St. Louis, take our patients down there, spend the night, and bring them back. So you talk about some dedication. Our drivers are dedicated to these kids. And a lot of the kids,
They love the
won't-
drivers.
They won't go with any
No.
driver. They've got their own special drivers that they like to ride with. So when they call in, they request a driver that they want to take them to the hospital. So it's really quite unique.
That's a
It's-
pretty special bond,
sure is.
isn't it, Dennis?
It's a great bond.
You know, when you got guys that are volunteering their time, and we're not just talking about just guys, it's mainly guys doing the driving.
Right.
But I want to also say there's a lot of women in the background that does a lot of stuff around there.
If it wasn't for our ladies,
You
know,
got ladies running y'all's office. I guarantee you,
Absolutely.
if it wasn't for that, you guys would be lost.
our ladies are a big part of our shrine. They
are.
help us do so much behind the scenes that most people don't realize. You know, they think it's a man's organization. Well, it's not. I mean,
No.
if it wasn't for our ladies, we wouldn't be near as good as what we are. So
Well, they stay on the computers and they keep the
Yes.
kids' schedules
Yes.
going and all that, and they know.
day-to-day business they take
That's
care
right.
of. And believe me, there is so much that comes over that counter every day in our daily business that I wouldn't want to be taken care
Well, I
of.
really want to harp, and this is the first time I've ever harped on this. I love your statue that you have at the front
The silent messenger, right.
of the Almena Temple, and it's a guy with a fez holding a child and holding his set of crutches in his other hand.
Yes.
And he's carrying that child. And I just wanted, nobody ever harps on that, but I thought that is a great statue to get behind and to be a part, because it applies to every one of your Shriners. That's the way they are.
Absolutely. That's what we call our silent messenger.
Well, it's
He
an
delivers
awesome
that message, and you know, it's quite a thing. It really is. It's
And I'm telling you, I know several Shriners, and some that don't necessarily get to come to the bass tournament. You know, there's about 40 of you guys that do the
Right.
bass
Yes.
tournament. There's about 40 volunteers, and let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it's a first-class run bass tournament. I promise you. They've got sausage and biscuits and coffee and little bags of goodies, and everything's ready for you when you get there. It's real easy. You get in. We always get to meet Pete. Pete will refer you whether you go to this guy on the right or this guy on the left, and it's according to what your name is. And then you get a chip or a tag that gives you your boat number, and then they help you back your boat down the ramp, because it's dark down there, and they help you back it in. They check your live wells. They make sure everything's safe before you ever take off. And I want to harp on that, because I wanted to harp on that because there's not many tournaments that do that anymore. Mainly, they just want you to take your money and they all go have a good time. When you come back, we'll weigh your biggest bag and you get the money. But y'all actually make a show of it.
well, we care about these people. They help us support our shrine hospitals, and that's why we care about them.
And you do a great job.
Well, thank you.
And we want them to come back the
Yes.
next year, and we want
I'm
them to
starting
be
to
a
see a
family.
lot of
Yeah.
guys come back year after year after year after year. And so, Jeff, that says a lot about how y'all are running it.
Well, we want it, and we want to be fair, have everything like it needs to be, and you know, you don't have to worry about it.
That's right.
And we've set our fishing date the same time each year. Now we have got the park, I think, reserved for 5 years, so we're hoping that'll help too, so that everybody will know that
Everybody knows.
The
the
first
same
Saturday
day,
in,
you know.
in September.
That's right. All right. I'll
Or
tell you
June,
what.
excuse me.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we got to take a quick break. Visit some of our fine sponsors. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth with the Shriners right here. So hurry back to more Southern Woods and Waters.